Well, I am on Thika Highway, and moving along this road has reminded me of one gentleman. They call him the gentleman of Kenyan politics, Emilio Mwai Kibaki. In fact, he was Stanley Emilio Mwai Kibaki, the third president of the Republic of Kenya. Now, if your child ever asks you who Mwai Kibaki was, take him or her and just drive along Thika Highway and tell him or her that some time back it will take one to drive, or it will take 1, 2, or 3 hours to drive from Roysambu, Githurai, and areas along Thika Road. That is 2 to 3 hours to town. I mean, it will take 1, 2 to 3 hours to drive from Roysambu, Githurai, and those areas along Thika Road to the central business district of Nairobi. But when Kibaki constructed Thika Highway, that significantly reduced. Now it takes you, let's say roughly 30 minutes, between 30 and 1 hour, to drive from those areas to the CBD. But one also important thing is that with the extension of Keno Marua Road, it now takes you 2 hours to drive from the CBD to Nyeri. You see, that is what we call infrastructure development. It's about provision of services, which is transportation of goods and people from one point to another. Now you see, when I talk about the importance of having good roads, a proper rail network, it's not about making profits. Roads are not constructed to make profits. Rails will probably not make profits. But it will make sure that if you have a business in Mombasa, you can go to Mombasa, do your business that day, and come back to Nairobi without having to budget for accommodation or spending days and days in Mombasa for something you can just go, do your job, and come back to Nairobi. You get? Yes. Before the construction of the SGR, for example, I would say, people would take, let's say, 3 days. If you have a one-day event in Mombasa, you plan for 3 days. For example, if you don't have an air ticket, if you're not rich enough to buy tickets to fly to Mombasa, so the only other means was by road. And by road meant a day on the road going, another day on the road coming, and now the day of the event. So those are 3 days. But with the SGR and given the night trains, oh my friend, let me tell you, that has significantly reduced. And that is what, when I talk about road, rail, and air transport infrastructure, that is where we need to move to. Look at it. This is the Keno Marua Highway that has been it's not yet completed. It's one of the roads that are yet to be completed, or projects that are yet to be completed, and you can see the impact already.